Here are some tailored questions based on your resume. 1. In your role at Zeus Health Tech, you achieved a significant boost in the sign up conversion rate. What specific strategies or changes led to this 300% increase? 2. When scaling Zeus's app to expand its market reach from Puerto Rico to Florida, what were the main technical or logistical challenges you faced, and how did you address them? At Iticon, you implemented Scrum within a team of 5. How did you go about introducing Scrum to the team, and what key improvements did it bring to your workflow? 4. During the UPRM Summer Hackathon, your fitness app project secured second place. What
Hey
unique
chat,
features or elements do you think helped your app stand out in the
just give me one by one, please. Just go one by one. Don't go saying all of them, please. Just go one by one and expect my answer. Esta mierda, cabrón. Hey, ask me questions about my resume. Only do them one by one, expect my answer. Then give me feedback on my answer and tell me how good it is or how bad it is and how can I better my answer.
Got it. Let's take it one question at a time then. Here's the first question. In your role at Zeus Health Tech, you achieved a significant boost in the sign up conversion rate. What specific strategies or changes led to this 300% increase? Go ahead with your answer whenever you're ready.
Well, yeah. Um, when I say improve sign up conversion rate, I'm referring to when people were getting to the app to the web page, but they weren't getting to the actual application behind it. What I did was that I eliminated two extra pages that we were leading the users to, for them to go from being an anonymous user to a registered user. So the process was like this. First, you received an email, then you clicked on it. It sent you to a page to click a single button for some reason, and then you needed to go to the actual application and put your email and password, and that is how you became a registered user. What I did is that as soon as you press the email verification code, you go straight to the application. So by removing those extra steps in the registration process, and by improving the HTML and CSS of the welcome page, uh, that caused the sign up conversion rate to go up.
Your answer does a great job explaining the logic behind simplifying the user journey by reducing unnecessary steps.
Porque me
You
hablas en
provided a
negro,
clear
cabrón.
step by step breakdown of the previous flow and your improvements. However, to make your answer even stronger, consider adding more metrics or context that showcase the impact of your changes. For example, mentioning how you tested this improvement or the exact conversion rate increase in percentage terms after these adjustments can add depth. Here's a refined approach. Open quote. To improve the sign up conversion rate, I simplified the onboarding flow by removing two unnecessary steps. Initially, users had to click through a series of pages, first clicking an email link, then landing on a page with a single button, and finally entering credentials to register fully. I streamlined this process by taking users directly from the email verification link to the application, skipping the extra pages. Additionally, I enhanced the HTML and CSS on the welcome page to create a more engaging first impression. This resulted in a measurable increase of specific percentage or figure in sign-up conversions as users found it easier and quicker to register. Close quote. Let me know what you think and feel free to answer the next question when you're ready.
That answer was great. It was truly great. That is exactly what I needed to say. Can you ask me another question then? Just go step by step, one by one.
I'm glad that answer worked well for you. Let's move on to the next question. When scaling Zeus's app to expand its market reach from Puerto Rico to Florida, what were the main technical or logistical challenges you faced, and how did you address them? Take your time with your response, and I'll be here to give feedback when you're ready.
Yeah. So can you repeat that question again?
Absolutely. When scaling Zeus's app to expand its market reach from Puerto Rico to Florida, what were the main technical or logistical challenges you faced, and how did you address them? Looking forward to your answer.
So one of the challenges I faced was the data schema, how the data needed to be sent from our pharmacy to the pharmacy in Florida. So it had to follow a specific schema named FHIR, right? So Federal Health Interchange of, I don't really remember, FHIR. Eso no lo puedo hacer en la entrevista. So, so changing our data to that required a difficulties in, because we thought that we only they had to. Can I try again?
You're off to a good start by identifying the FIRE data schema as a key
Can I try
challenge in
again?
scaling. FIRE, which stands for Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources, is
Interoper
indeed a standard for exchanging healthcare information
resources.
electronically. Addressing the need to conform to this schema demonstrates.
Hello, did you receive my PDF?
I can't receive PDFs directly, but if you need help with something in your PDF, you can describe the content or share key details, and I'll do my best to assist you.
Okay, I'll read fast my PDF, my resume. I'm gonna send you my resume. No. No. Estoy testing si el internet funciona. No está funcionando. Ok. Uh, can you ask me the last question again about how the difficulties I faced during the scaling of the market from Puerto Rico to Florida?
Certainly. What were the main technical or logistical challenges you faced when scaling Zeus's app to expand its market reach from Puerto Rico to Florida, and how did you address them? Looking forward to hearing your response.
One of the challenges we faced as a team, and I personally as a developer, was that how the data schema needed to be sent to the pharmacy in Florida. So the data schema needed to follow a certain way of sending it, and it was called FHIR, Federal Health Interoperability. I don't remember.
on the right track by highlighting the challenge of conforming to the FEAR standard for data interoperability. Mentioning FIRE already shows a strong understanding of healthcare requirements. To improve your answer, you could aim to 1. Clearly explain the adjustment. So, it was the fast healthcare interoperability resources. So we needed to use that kind of schema, and I developed a function that turned the way we stored our data to that specific schema that we needed for the for our data to be processed by the data in Florida, right? That was one of the problems. The other problems was that the page was mainly to be in Spanish, and we needed to change the copy of the website and the pages. That was a pretty quick fix, and the other was the most challenging was truly cloud functions. So I worked on cloud functions using Python and Node.js. Python and Node.js. Can you give me feedback on that question and tell me another one? I'm done. Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Can you understand me now?
Yes, I understand you well. You're providing clear details, and with just a bit of refinement, your answers are already very strong. Each time, you're effectively identifying the challenge and your role in addressing it.
So to answer the question about the difficulties I faced about scaling the app to Florida, is how the data was meant to be sent. When we first as a team thought that we could send the data as we have it right now, as we had it, but as we need to send the data in a certain format called FHIR. So what I did to solve this problem is that I created a cloud function that returned the converted the data as we had it to the certain data that we needed to transform it to, and then I created the cloud function that connected to that one. That was the one that sent it to Florida.
Your answer captures the core of the challenge. In your solution, you've pinpointed that the initial assumption about data format compatibility required adjustment, and that you solved it by creating a cloud function to handle data conversion to the FIRE standard. This shows strong problem solving skills and adaptability. To make your response even more impactful, you could 1. Clearly outline the specific transformation you applied within the cloud function to convert data to FIRE. 2. Mention how this cloud function improved the app's interoperability or user experience. 3. Add any result or benefit to emphasize the impact. Here's a polished version of your answer. Open quote. One of the key challenges in scaling to Florida was realizing that our existing data format didn't meet the FIRE, Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources standard required for data exchange. Initially, we thought we could send data as is, but FIRE compliance was essential. To solve this, I developed a cloud function that transformed our data into the FIRE format before it reached the server. This automated the conversion, ensuring smooth interoperability with Florida's pharmacy network and expanding our market reach. Close quote. This version shows the technical depth and impact of your work. Let me know if that helps or if you're ready for the next question.
Can you repeat that answer again? I didn't listen to you.
Of course. Here's the refined answer again. Open quote. One of the key challenges in scaling to Florida was realizing that our existing data format didn't meet the FHIR Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources standard required for data exchange. Initially, we thought we could send data as is, but FHIR compliance was essential. To solve this, I developed a cloud function that transformed our data into the FHIR format before it reached the server. This automated the conversion, ensuring smooth interoperability with Florida's pharmacy network and expanding our market reach. Close quote. This version emphasizes both the technical steps you took and the positive impact it had. Let me know if this works for you or if you'd like further adjustments.
No, it's all right. Can you give me the other question?
Absolutely. Here's the next question. At Itakon, you implemented Scrum within a team of 5. How did you go about introducing Scrum to the team? And what key improvements did it bring to your workflow? Take your time with your response, and I'll be ready to give feedback when you're done.
Can you repeat that question again?
Of course. At Itakon, you implemented Scrum within a team of 5. How did you go about introducing Scrum to the team, and what key improvements did it bring to your workflow? Looking forward to your answer.
So what I did was, I'll be right. Okay. So yeah, I enabled.
No problem. Take your time. Feel free to gather your thoughts and answer when.
So I developed yeah. So when I implemented Scrum, what I did to implement it was to apply Microsoft Azure to the team, and that leads we were getting problems with the person giving us the tickets for the implementations we needed to get. So by implementing Scrum, can you repeat your question again? I don't remember what was the question.
Certainly. Here's the question again. At Itakon, you implemented Scrum within a team of 5. How did you go about introducing Scrum to the team, and what key improvements did it bring to your workflow? Take your time. I'm here.
So I wasn't the one that introduced the Scrum to the team, but it was the Scrum Master, right? So it was my manager. But what did I? Can you repeat the question again?
Sure thing. Here's the question once more. At Itakon, you implemented Scrum within a team of 5. How did you go about introducing Scrum to the team, and what key improvements did it bring to your workflow? And if your manager introduced Scrum and you played a role in supporting it, feel free to share how you contributed to the process or any specific improvements you noticed from using.
So the key improvements was better communication, faster deployments, and a reliable backup repository by using Microsoft Azure, right, to manage tasks and organize web flows. So with Microsoft Azure, it lead to improvements, especially in the part of communication. We were having problems with the workload, and that we did not measure how fast, or we did not measure the how fast our deployments were getting. It just we have a rough estimate about how much and how many pushes and how many features did we get to ship, but we were tracking all the metrics, all the important metrics for the development team. So so by developing Scrum, uh, the communication between, especially because since it was a startup, the communication between the CEO and the developers, no puedo decir, the uh, it led to better communication.
You've identified some key improvements that Scrum brought to your team, like better communication, faster deployments, and a more reliable process for tracking metrics. Highlighting these aspects demonstrates your awareness of the value Scrum adds, especially in a startup setting. To make your answer even stronger, 1. Focus on your specific role in facilitating these improvements. even if your manager introduced Scrum. 2. Add any concrete metrics or examples to illustrate the positive impact on the team's productivity or delivery speed. Here's a refined version of your answer. Open quote. With the introduction of Scrum, led by our manager, I noticed major improvements in our communication, deployment speed, and task tracking. Using Microsoft Azure, we organize workflows and manage tasks more effectively. Previously, we had rough estimates for deployment timelines and feature completion, but Azure allowed us to track key metrics that made our processes more transparent and measurable. Scrum fostered stronger communication between our CEO and developers, aligning our goals and ensuring smoother delivery. This structure helped us address workload challenges and improve overall productivity. Close quote. Let me know if this helps or if you'd like to go over any part of it in more detail.
Can you repeat that answer again?
Certainly. Open quote. With the introduction of Scrum, led by our manager, I noticed major improvements in our communication, deployment speed, and task tracking. Using Microsoft Azure, we organize workflows and manage tasks more effectively. Previously, we had rough estimates for deployment timelines and feature completion, but Azure allowed us to track key metrics that made our processes more transparent and measurable. Scrum fostered stronger communication between our CEO and developers, aligning our goals and ensuring smoother delivery. This structure helped us address workload challenges and improve overall productivity. Close quote. Let me know if that sounds good or if you'd like to refine.
That sounds great. Can you ask me another question?
I'm glad you liked it. Here's the next question. During the UPRM Summer Hackathon, your fitness app project secured second place. What unique features or elements do you think helped your app stand out in the competition? Take your time, and I'll be ready with feedback once you're done.
So, since it was a beginner, not was it assistant. So one of the key features that helped me win that hackathon was that I did a feature that was calculated the BMI, calculated.
You're off to a good start by mentioning the BMI calculation feature. Since hackathons value innovative or practical features, highlighting what made this feature unique or helpful to users would strengthen your answer. You could also mention any other aspects of the app that made it stand out, like its design, ease of use, or additional functionalities. Here's a refined example.
So what made that app stand out was the ease of use, and it had some features that other fitness applications had. Like for example, our app. Like for example, our app had a feature where you can calculate the BMI, your BMI, in the app, and you can calculate. It recommends foods depending on your BMI and depend on your fitness journey. It also, the based on the user, it recommended certain exercises.
Great answer. You're clearly highlighting what made your app special, like the ease of use and unique features tailored to users' fitness journeys. Mentioning the BMI calculator, food recommendations, and personalized exercise suggestions adds strong value, showing that your app provided a comprehensive experience for users. To make your response even more polished, 1. Emphasize the user-centered design by mentioning how these features were designed to make fitness accessible and straightforward, especially for beginners. 2. Consider summarizing the impact, like how it helped users make healthier choices or motivated them in their fitness journey. Here's an enhanced version. Open quote. What made our app stand out was its user-friendly design and personalized approach, which provided an accessible fitness tool for beginners. Key features included a BMI calculator that offered users tailored food recommendations and exercises based on their fitness goals. By making health guidance simple and personalized, our app helped users make healthier choices and track their progress effectively, which likely contributed to our success in the competition. Close quote. Let me know if this captures your vision or if you'd like to refine it further. Ready for the next question?
Yeah, I'm ready for the next question.
Awesome. Here's the next question. In the Honeywell Leadership Challenge Academy, you calculated rocket landing data using C++. Could you walk me through the process and how your coding contributed to the team's success? Looking forward to hearing your answer.
So, to talk a bit about the project, that was my first project I ever did about programming, right? So, this was a Leadership Challenge Academy in Huntsville. What I did is that they already had functions written, and we just needed to complete those functions in C++. To We just needed to complete these functions in C++ code.
It sounds like this project was a valuable learning experience and an
I what I Nah. So in this project, with this project, this is one of my first projects. So what I did is that this project was part of the Honeywell Leadership Challenge Academy in Huntsville, Alabama, where I worked with a team to conduct a test rocket launch. So it was a dummy rocket. So the goal was to accurately calculate the rocket's landing formation, specifically. So it was just a small rocket, right? So the specifically the time and distance of the landing to ensure a successful launch. So I calculated this data by connecting sensors to an Arduino. Would look on code on the Arduino. Guide me through the process. No me acuerdo. So connected the sensors. Ok, so nada. Este fui yo, ya practiqué, ya esto es media hora. Ya tocó. Nos vemos.